Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on FTB Skies. How is everybody doing? Now to start off today, I'm just gonna show you guys what I've been doing, and basically I've been slowly making sure I'm making enough terra steel. So if we go ahead, as soon as I have these mana pools filled up, I will have enough terra steel to finish up one of the quest lines right over here. So I'm already like preparing these ones because these ones will take quite a while. Then we need these ones, but these ones required some dash. So I'm actually preparing for us to get this dash. And then the other one is actually this swift alloy, and is also, you can see I actually went ahead and crafted all of these other things. Pretty basic. I had most of these things already. The boys cakes, I made a small automation for it. So I just used this tiny corner next over here to the bee or the honey facility to just farm for blaze rods and blaze cakes. This guy is actually getting fed infinite gold. I do not believe that it's actually making a difference. No, it isn't, because I still have plenty of gold. So that's all going good for us. The next thing I did was over here. We'll talk about this in a second, but I actually automated these parts. If I click on here, I automated the simple machine frames. I automated these add-ons as well, and I even automated this yellow lens right over here. And we also have, well, I can see from this side, a quantum entangle porter with a bunch of latex, and it's actually not this setup over here. This setup is only being used right here to make me tons and tons of plastic. I brought in our applied energistic system over here, so we actually have it linked with a storage bus, so we do have access to our plastic. We also have this guy automated with some advanced machine frames, and we kind of need to take this to the next step, which is the ultimate machine frames or something, but for that we need the wither. But of course, we are going to be needing to go to space. Yes, and I actually set this area up. It will have more than just this rocket, fear not, but the rocket, we needed fuel for the rocket, and this is what this setup right here is for. I have a pedestal farming me some soul sand. Soul sand goes into the centrifugal separator, which then is actually pumping out crude oil, and the crude oil also has like some extra items which I'm immediately voiding. I don't even want those items. And then it goes into a fractionating still. Now this guy outputs heavy oil and light oil, so I need two other these ones, one for heavy oil and another for light oil. And of course they do have some side products. It's okay, I just put some drawers on top with some void upgrades, and these guys give me refined fuel. Now I actually added this extra step with a fuel loader, which means every single time I place my rocket here, this guy will make sure my rocket is completely filled up to the brim, which is pretty good. Now, in order for us to go to space, we just need a spacesuit. We also need some extra fuel buckets, an extra launch pad, and we can go to outer space. Well, another thing I did was actually temporarily disable the reactor, so we could stockpile again on uranium, we could stockpile again on fluorite, and we could stockpile a little bit again in sulfur, and we're doing pretty good on sulfur. We have some of this, we'll get to that in a moment as well, but I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I cannot access mechanism items. I don't know what happened. I think it's server side, because I closed and opened the game a couple of times today, and I still cannot have access to the mechanism stuff. I don't think the server got updated or anything. Yeah, you can see I can right click them all I want, nothing happens, but I can open the other ones, and I can still technically play the game. Though today I was, oh, apparently I can't even open these guys as well. It's from A2 things. Oh, okay, that's weird. But I can open everything else. And then I was having actually issues today with this guy, and I kind of wanted to open to see, and I wasn't able to open that. So that kind of annoyed me a little bit, but hopefully everything is now fixed. Actually, I added a bunch of other recipes today over there. We have the NASA workbench. This is what I used to make our tier 1 rocket, which actually I kind of want to make all the tiers in terms of rockets, but of course this one takes dash blocks, which means we need dash. This one needs ostrom, and this one needs calorite. So these are all resources from other places. So what we need to focus on right now is the space suit. Now this is a pretty simple craft, like it's really not that crazy. So just basically I can immediately start pulling most of these items out, because I have automations for most of these items. Like for example, this is 2, and then we do this, then we ask for this. Yeah, I can see most of these items, since we have the system going up and running like full max speed, is just ask and you'll get. Oh, and the reason I am not going for that one, the netherite one, is because it needs ostrom and we do not have ostrom, so we have to start with this normal one first. So we're gonna equip this. Our armor will stay here because we are going on an adventure. Now it's really weird with the glowing effect, so I might toggle that off. The glowing effect is helpful in some situations, but if I'm gonna be glowing like the sun, then it's probably not as good. Well, as you can see, there's a lot of planets we could go to, but since we only have a tier 1 rocket, it only shows like either Earth or the Skies End. Now the Skies End is where we are going to fight the dragon, but since we're on the server, the dragon is dead at the moment, and I don't want to go there because I have the small suspicion that whoever killed it got the dragon egg, which means I can't spawn the dragon again. I'll have to verify that, but first I kind of want to go to the moon, and I believe we can go to the moon, no issues, right? Yep, yes we can. That's where we're going, and I want tons and tons of dash. Now of course we need to hold space in order to make sure we go slower, but we're still pretty high up, and I don't know what is up with that minimap. I think someone came mining here. Oh boy. I have so many questions right now. Like, it was Satana. I know it was him. But why? Why would you literally destroy the moon? Why, man? You don't need that much dash, right? Right? Well, apparently I found the moon dungeon. I don't know what that means, but apparently I just found one. Is there any good loot here? Well, there's some dash, which I can't break. I can open chests, but I cannot break this. What happened to my inventory there? I think the server is lagging because I'm in the moon. Okay, there you go. Responded. There you go, got some raw dash. There's some moon cobblestone. Yeah, I guess I'll just look around, then I'll see if there's anything of interest here. I don't think there will be much more here. Oh, hello. Guess we found a pretty big room filled with, well, nothing really. Couple of spawners, so we can just break those pretty easily. So I guess I'll just loot this room and be done with it. Well, this is only one of the issues. When you're coming back, you will come back to the spawn boat. Now, luckily, we are landing on top of the thing itself, on the boat itself, or the flying thingy itself. Yeah, which means we can just safely get our stuff back. No worries. Now, you might get into a little bit of an issue where you might just be floating down to the void. So I really advise you to bring a jetpack and then just fly over here, because you do not want to fall in the void. You do always want to be careful and try and be as safe as possible. So I chatted with a few people and I think I'm good to go to the dragon fight. Hopefully we can still summon him. I'm bringing in the end crystals so we can possibly spawn him. Hopefully everything goes okay and we should have an easy time over there, I think. Oh, here we are. We're coming on down into the end at a very, very high speed. Oh, there's the towers. Now everything should be cleared. There shouldn't be an issue here. We're luckily landing on land. Imagine we wouldn't even land properly. Well, just make sure we are good. Are we safe? Yes, we're safe. I don't want to look into Enderman. I'm sorry, man. Didn't want to look at you. Well, we got the 4 end crystals and we got the end pearl right here. Of course, they took the egg. Now, hopefully, we do not need the egg. Please work. Oh, I think it's working. Okay, there we go. I think all of the things have spawned in. Yep, there it is, the 3-headed dragon. Now I don't think he's actually any different. Let's actually hit him a couple of times. It seems to be the same, really, just with 3 heads. So we shouldn't really have an issue with him. Oh, okay, never mind. What the hell is that? Okay, he definitely has some new skills. But at the same time, I don't really think he's really gonna do much to us. And we could just get rid of this one, and then he's only one missing. And oh, come on, bro. There we go. Now we just slowly chip away at his health. Well, he's dead. It does have a different set of skills. He summons Vexes. He summons baby dragons to help him, though they're not really that tough. They're literally a one-shot with my bow. So yeah, and then there's like tons of Vexes, but they will eventually just die. We should have experience, maybe? We have a little bit of experience. We have 1 scale. And that's it. That's all we got from this guy. And of course, oh, wait, no, it's him. This is the guy who's getting me the Vexes. It's this dude. Oh. Well, I don't even know if I'm doing damage to him, to be honest. Oh, we're definitely doing damage to him. He's like half HP or something. Yeah, but we're also losing the energy in the bow like super fast because I don't have a dimensional upgrade. Oh wait, but we're using redstone flux, so if I just switch over to the sword, or for example for the hammer, we shouldn't have an issue. Yeah, the bow is charging. Yep. Now it's just a question of hitting him and we should be okay. Oh, he's dead. So what we get? We got a legendary sword. Oh, okay. It's all right. It's nothing too crazy. I can't even see the damage on the sword. But yeah, we got him, which means we can actually go ahead and explore the end. Well, I actually found where the Wandering Trader comes from. Is apparently from the end. Yes. This is like the second house I found. I thought I found like 1. I'm basically just looting for purple and I guess some of these tetra items, but for purple named items and red named items, or orange I should say, because these can actually be very, very helpful in my quests. Now I'm basically just opening the map, see if I can find anything. If not, I just fly some blocks. I found this thing, which was like a hidden temple. It's not like a city like this one. This was a city with a boat, that's some loot. But this one had like some vanishing blocks and stuff like that. Pretty funny. Oh, look what we got over here. We got some bees. Though they're ender flies actually. But this is Cora's nest. I don't know if we can take something from here or if this is actually useful. Well guys, I said more on this later, and it is later. We're back home, we're not in the end anymore, and let's talk about this bad boy right here. This is the ore laser. Now this bad boy allows you to mine for ores. Literally, you can get the ore, like the actual ore block. Now as you can see, this guy is at the moment it's full because I have no means of actually handling the what he's making right now, because he's making ore out of nothing. But he does require a couple of things to properly function. First of all is these guys that I just picked up, these laser drills, and with all these upgrades on them. And he himself can take the upgrades as well, so let's get those out. And he can take these lenses. Now these lenses, they do not stack, but that's okay. But if you check the utility of, for example, this one, the yellow lens, you'll see you can dye it with like to any of the other lenses. But if you check the laser option, you can see that if you use it over in basically Badlands or eroded Badlands between a 36 and a Y80, it allows you to get gold. Now, what I realized that this doesn't entirely mean that your entire output is going to be this. So for example, you're not just getting, for example, glowstone or just sulfur ore or just niter ore. You're basically meant to be getting a higher chance of these ones. That's why this guy with 6 yellow lenses has a bunch of these stuff in here, but it also has a higher chance of niter ore and a higher chance of sulfur and a glowstone than any of the other items. So that's basically what we're going for right here. Now this means that we need to take this guy into a proper setup, because we're in the industrial foregoing room right here, which needs a little bit more automations in a second. But I don't want this guy to stay here. Yeah, so I thought about it, and this area seems a little bit empty, you know, and it needs more livelihood around here. And we do already have a P2P tunnel right over here. This is a regular cable, so we're probably just gonna switch that up with a dense cable, and we might just bring that over here to this wall. And what we're gonna have on this wall, well, you can probably guess. We're gonna have a bunch of drawers. So let's go ahead and ask my system to just craft me a bunch of drawers, because we're gonna fill this one with drawers to have access to any of the ores we need. And the main ones we're actually looking for is sulfur. You see, this guy at the moment is offline. I toggle him off when I leave the server, just because I don't want him to explode while I'm not here, because he may run out of sulfur or fluoride or anything, and I really don't want that to happen. But hopefully what we're going to be doing right now is going to fix that. So how does this exactly work? And we're out here going to be storing all the items into here. I do need to put some void upgrades and stuff like that here, but how do these guys work? Now, if we place down, for example, a laser drill, and we toggle its area, you can see, you can kind of see that it has like this cube around it or in front of it. So any ore or fluid laser inside of this area will get powered by this laser drill. So I guess we can take advantage of that and go a little bit overboard. What you guys think? Well, that's basically my motto right now, is if you can make it big, why don't you make it big? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place as many as I can possibly put into this area. Of course, you do need to pay attention to the directions, because sometimes it can be a little bit finicky and not place where you want it. You basically want it something like this, and you can put all of these as well, all of them looking to the middle, not downwards, to the middle. Then I'll temporarily place a block here, and I'll place the ore laser here, and you'll see there it should all start sending in some particles into it, which is slowly but surely gonna start using power on it to make this progress bar go up. Now they do need power, so if you want them to work, of course they need to have power, but you can see that they're all like connecting and sending it to the right block. Now, since one of the things that I mainly need is sulfur, yep, I'm just gonna fill this guy with 6 yellow lenses. And we do have this, an ender chest. This is how I'm going to be sending my items. So if we go into pipes, I'm going to be using pipes here, just because they are super incredibly fast into exporting items. So yep, I'm going to be doing that there, and I already color coded that one to be going into here. So all we need to do is hook this guy as well. And no, don't do that. There you go. And now all the things that go into this chest will go into here, and they'll start sorting out in the drawers. And of course, we do need probably to sort this out a little bit ourselves, so it kind of gets properly done. So what I might do is that I might just lock like all of them, and then start placing the materials by hand, so it kind of looks okay. It doesn't look like a mess, because I'm starting to pay a little bit more attention to how things look, so hopefully we can make this look okay. And of course, who does one set of machines does another. And of course, all of these machines do still need these guys, the add-ons. Now I do have a bunch of add-ons already made, but I'm pretty sure I need a little bit more, because you can see that I can only have like 16. I think I have 72 machines, so this is only a stack, so I kind of need a little bit more. There we go. So everything is now ready, but I also made this guy actually use light gray lenses, because whenever our reactor was running, we had 2 things going missing. One of those was sulfur, which we were getting quite a little bit from this guy. This guy was on yellow lenses for a bit, so this guy should stabilize a little bit. But the other one was fluoride, so we also need to be farming some fluoride with these guys. Now you can see they're not the fastest thing in the world, but they're helpful. Hopefully this rate is enough to fix my issues, and we can even go ahead and check on fluoride. Now we can see the uses of this. If we put it through the enrichment chamber, it will give us 6. Now I just need to see, yeah, the pulverizer only gives 2 here. This is feeding to the bees, so our best option for fluoride is putting it through an enrichment chamber. But the sulfur, on the other hand, the best option is actually the pulverizer, because the pulverizer gives 6 and the enrichment chamber only gives 2. So I would go with the pulverizer. It says that it has an additional 50% chance with this, so I may just want to input like flint or something. Do we even have flint? Is there a thing that we do? Flint? No. How do we even get flint? Is there a way to automate this? Well, there is. The enrichment chamber with gunpowder. Huh. So I'm not sure I want to automate that. I don't know. But what I do know is that I want to make a bunch of pulverizers. I want to go with something like 3 pulverizers, and then I also want to go with like a enrichment chamber, like a normal one. But I don't think a normal one should do it. I'll just upgrade it to a factory or something. Yeah, I think a factory would actually be a lot better. But these guys for sure I want 3 because they're kind of slowish. So 3 is probably the best way to go. And if I don't even have enough income of these, I'll just drop it down to 1. So here's the setup. We have a pulverizer here, and this guy should hopefully be enough to keep the sulfur level there lower and just constantly be producing. And this guy, we have it for fluorite. It doesn't even need to be like this much upgraded. I think the basic one would do as well. We don't even need like this to be like a tier 3 or even an ultimate version, because this thing is not super crazy, you know. Even though they have their upgrades on everything, all of these guys have upgrades, they're still not that crazy fast. You can see it's fast, but it's not super fast. Oh yeah, one more thing, I did also hook these guys up. What are these, you might ask? What's with all of this water? Well, these are matter condensers, and as you can see, we're outputting singularities. Now for some reason that one is actually not outputting it, so I gotta see what's going on there. But yeah, we're making singularities with water. So basically, you just give the a matter condenser a 256k ME storage component. You gotta switch it to output the singularities, and then you just feed a bunch of water into it, and it will slowly but surely start giving you what you want. Now, I kind of want to see what's going on with that one. I'm guessing I just did not link the cables for some reason. Yeah, I did not link the cable because I'm a derp. There's like one gap missing here, so that's why that one is not outputting. So you should start outputting these singularities at any second now. It is online. Let's just do this real quick. Yeah, there you go. They don't need this because this process is very slow. This just guarantees them to output. Now I gotta check on these guys again because I noticed I had one filling up right here. Yeah, I had this one slowly starting to fill up. Now this shouldn't be that much of an issue because I have all of these ones that are still empty. And over here again, we're starting on another thing. And what we have over here, yes, over here we have our thermal evaporation plants, which are basically going to be the beginning of our road to the fusion reactor. Now, if we go ahead and we search for tritium, this tritium is what we would later need to make DT fuel. So we need tritium and we need deuterium. Now tritium, you make it by deconcentrating lithium into tritium, but you also need deuterium, which is made by separating heavy water. Is this heavy water? Yeah, heavy water apparently. Yeah, that's how you do that. I thought you would do that in another way actually. Huh, wait, how can we make liquid deuterium? It's just the same. Yeah, but we'll get to that later, because first of all I want tritium. So we have like these four that have the solar panels on them. They're all making brine. I have them hooked up to a couple of sinks out at the back, and what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to output the brine and I'm going to put it into this, because if we take a look at the recipes from the brine, we can see that if we put it again into a thermal evaporation chamber, we'll get liquid lithium. Now the liquid lithium we will be deconcentrating into normal lithium, so that we can process it through sulfur neutral activators, and then we will have tritium to make DT fuel. So I just need to hook these guys up, and that shouldn't really be that much of an issue, and we have an output of tritium right here. Yeah, just like that, you can see that all our brine is being turned into liquid lithium, and these guys are now starting to even power up even more because it's daytime. So we do already have a bunch of liquid lithium. We're now even like full of liquid lithium, so we kind of need to make a small setup, maybe over here, maybe somewhere else, like underground area, or I mean it's not even underground, right? Because we're on the sky, so maybe like an area over here that would probably be processing and making deuterium and making DT fuel. But all of that will have to be over on the next episode. Yes, what is happening to my face? I do not know. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I surely had a blast with this one, and see ya in the next one. Bye.